these heroes. So in the last pick, we're gonna look for a very different archetype of core hero for Secret.
Look what entity hero would
5 seconds remaining.
that Secret
Who's banning someone now?
final call Bill out there. Played hero really.
Yeah. I mean, for now, it would seem that Entity believe that this is just a TA mid, which is
Yep.
it's a good matchup against Invoker, always has been, and I assume that it always will be. Not whether it's Quad Rex or Exort, I don't even think it makes a very big difference here. As Secret are just gonna take out. They should be looking to take out these ranged offlaners that lane well with Earthshaker, so that again Earthshaker enables you in the lane, and then with you being strong in the lane, this then allows the Earthshaker to roam around the map a little bit, because that again could be the tipping point in this mid lane to the TA potentially getting pressured.
5 seconds remaining.
Ban, ban the way of Chris.
I mean, I know that the lane can be very hard, potentially, depending on Entity's pick, but seeing that there is a Venom lane would go, because you most likely do have a +5 Centaur with you, but it is an incredible Faceless Void game. It's the type of carry that would even allow the Razor and TA to still play their game very well. You know, you have the Chronosphere. It's an incredibly good time dilation game. And there's only an Earthshaker. Invoker can be somewhat annoying and Shaker, but if you can play around these heroes somewhat and you have heroes going in for you, it can definitely work out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Right.
Dire team ban.
Not every draft we do see will get left in until the last couple of picks, and it will be available. Consider it Sniper. The final ban from Entity. What else they want to remove from the flame potential of Entity?
Visage is already out, Viper is out, Venomancer as well. Bad Rider, another ranged offlane that you could pick, but that one gone too.
I mean, what sort of range offlanes are still in?
At this point, if you really do want one, it's gonna be a quirky one. It's Chen.
Wait, so I mean, this is going to be offlane Undying, right?
Honestly, I'm not certain. At this point, I'm not sure. I believe they play offlane Chen.
Okay.
They might. Probably, again, it's going to come up to the last pick of Secret, so that's going to throw it off a bit. This makes Faceless Void a lot worse, in my opinion.
Sure.
He does not lane. If it's a Chen, you don't lane well into him. If it's an Undying, I believe you don't lane well into this hero either. The illusion heroes are somewhat covered by Shaker. Strange. Trying to think here what they want to go for.
I speak for the trees.
Well done, whoever did that.
With the Prophet, so we'll see what that means, everyone.
You may now select.
Everything's going to go here for both teams. Yet to see the reveal from Entity on, you know, who's going to be taking which here between the support and the offlane. And,
You want the Chen, yeah.
It's going to be offlane Undying, maybe. And
If it was if they had gone for a carry Prophet, then I believe there would have been a higher chance for Toby to actually be playing the Chen.
Yeah.
But I think either way, with how the lanes will go, you want the Chen to go to the Nature's Prophet's lane, because again, Chen lanes really well in lanes where you can take over creeps, right? Especially if it's your enemy summon, so that's gonna be very good for them. And other than that, I'm very hyped for this early game. Even though some of these heroes are very static, the Shaker, Chen, they're gonna have movement around the map. They're gonna be freed up for sure.
Absolutely. And overall, who's come out on top here, Kezu? I mean, you're looking at the two lineups. What are you liking? Are you again going to be able to believe in the sort of the innovation that Secret's coming in, this Centaur Warrunner support that nobody else is playing right now? Is it gonna make the magic happen here?
I feel like the Secret Tricore is very strange, at least to me. I can see why they went for it. Nature's Prophet, very good against Morphling. Though I kind of like what Entity have. I think it is very much their bread and butter. Even if they haven't played this much Morphling, Pure is an incredible morph. It's a pretty good morph game. He is laning against Nature's Prophet, but again, he is covered by his support, the Chen, who's going to make this lane a bit easier for him. So, I want to have a good game, really.
Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting ourselves into this one. Game 1 of the best of 5 here. Team Secret versus Entity, fighting for that one spot that will take you direct to the International 2020. Here we go. Started off. I'll smoke up outside of the base to try and position. Vision. Same time. And in terms of the early lane matchups, are we going to see any sort of matchups try to be forced by either side?
I wouldn't say necessarily forced, but it is definitely nice, as I touch on, if the Chen is against the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Top lane by default should be super favored for Secret, at least as far as I'm concerned. You have 2 melee heroes, the Shaker Undying against Razor. Even the fact alone that it's a Razor carry against these heroes will make that lane very good. He has a Pulse 5 Centaur, which again, I don't know how good this hero is, but if your carry has a good matchup and then you're the Pulse 5 Centaur, I'm sure the lane will be absolutely fine for you.
Let's see. So far in this run,
Time to get
qualifiers,
angry with each other.
Entity drop a single game. Flawless. Secret, they've had some highs, some lows as well. Make it here. Important series. Long day, but that extra bit of warming up will work in their advantage.
They've at least got the momentum on their side, for sure.
Yeah.
They've been playing the whole day and like smashing people with some, you know, doing some good stuff with your Centaur. It definitely also shows their preparation has been working out. I'm sure they also have heroes in this game that they feel good about. And also something to definitely keep an eye on is going to be this mid matchup. I know that it is at least supposedly TA favorite, and I don't think this has changed. So also we'll need to see if Nisha will continue to have a good game, as he has done pretty much all tournaments so far.
Been incredibly reliable, Nisha. Mid performances. Many a game here for Secret. Matchup top then. Down Kataomi. Seen this a few times now from a few teams. So what's your thoughts on Undying in the core role? What does this sort of enable in the hero when you're given this priority?
The hero just seems to lane very well with the new decay, where you don't lose this HP, and also you push out waves really fast with this hero nowadays. You have a little higher damage later on, then your decay deals more damage to the creeps. But it's overall just about the levels and the tankiness. You hit all these timings like a lot faster. Your laning stage is really amped up, as you can see even up top. They're playing this double melee lane into Razor, but they're applying a lot of pressure. They're ahead in the CS, and Crystallis is already on 40% HP in this lane.
Consistent spam here from Toby. Very, very low. Kataomi also able to grab the creeps, will be able to make them meet.
Oh,
It takes a lot of damage for it, and we'll be able to snipe his courier. Got out after the delivery's been made.
That's mine.
Right. So far, looking pretty good. 8 for 5 here on the last hits and denies. Sort of pressure so far in this lane. I mean, will this change, or does this just sort of be a pretty safe lane for the Mortar farming? Is there ever really any potential threatening Pure?
I would say that the only real way for them to change, so we have a little bit of a Raz top, is around the time where Rezo gets level 3, because sure, he will still steal a Treant, but you have one more. So instead of just having one, you're going to have 2 Treants, so that's going to help a little bit. But unless Secret get to apply pressure within like the next 2 minutes of him getting that second level in Treants, then that lane later on doesn't really become much better. Sure, you will pressure the tower a bit with Nature's Prophet, but if in the next 2 minutes they don't shut down Pure, they will not do it afterwards either.
do you sort of see any potential for any of those early moves to add an extra hero into the mix in any of these side lanes to try and catch out any of the cores early?
So Stormstormer is playing an Exort build, so there's not too many moves that are gonna go into the mid lane, I believe. At least not from Entity side. Secret could look for plays later, and they definitely want to. When you do play this Nature's Prophet in the offlane, it's one of the most tempo-reliant heroes in the game, which means if you have plays to speed up the game, it's very good for you. Like, Tusk can potentially roam mid, and then Nature's Prophet can go there. But Entity don't really have the same option. They can look to counterplay it with the Earthshaker. So I would say the only real place we're going to see is that Secret should really be eyeing this mid lane later with Tusk and a Nature's Prophet rotation.
Far in the mid. Steam for 12 against their 14. Creep being denied in the mid lane between the two. Stormstormer denied just that little bit more from Nisha. A few guys in there as well, of course. Top lane. First 17 and 4. Well, now basically dead even on the top lane.
Whoa, mid lane.
Take Stormstormer down here. The Ice Wall. Quite able to stay on top of him there. But an early attempt here to bring down the Invoker Rezo. Showing his face. Shiba. Someone's going to be fine. Survives the attempt. He'll be able to continue to CS in the lane as Rezo has to step back to bottom. Get a position here as they've trapped in Fishman. Zayas is very, very low. Pure waveforms in. Get the kill, but not before on the other side of the map. Crystallis was able to claim that first blood, taking down Toby.
Looks like they must have clipped the Undying top, maybe with a slow into the Centaur Stomp. Looks like the eventual pressure of top lane is too strong from the Razor. I mean, I was already a little surprised how well the Undying was doing, but I think with the changes, it's not too crazy that he was doing good for like 4 or 5 minutes now. The Secret get this eventual kill on them, which is great. In the meantime, Pure gets himself a little kill on bottom too as Fishman here.
Trapped, and Pure can really do it in time to be able to help out. Secret find kills now in both side lanes. 6-minute mark.
I like what Zayas is doing here again in the enemy jungle, especially around the 5-6 minute mark, nighttime. Not only do you get to go in like an aggressive area to scout things out, you get to place vision, which he just did, and you can potentially set up the play around mid that we've already done. You do have the TA traps now, and we all know Exort Invoker not really the best at protecting himself, if at all.
Try the earlier movement. See this focus around the mid lane. Coming in, Rezo. I'll look for the setup here behind the tower. Pickup is here, Entity. They've got Fishman and Katomi. Ready once again to just make sure that Stormstormer's completely fine. They'll get a bit of damage done to the tower. Pressure at the Treant, Secret. Same time, top Puppey. Trying to fight Toby here. He really wants the tombstone, but he's taking a lot of damage for it.
Oh boy.
And will lose his life for that one. Back in the mid, Nisha also gets caught. The Ice Wall gets laid down. He's not able to escape. That's a big kill in the mid. And on that top lane, a very easy kill there for Toby.
Well, definitely nice plays from Entity all around the board. I do think the way that Secret engaged the mid play in both times has been less than ideal. I feel like they're forcing it a little too much. I like that you can see that the idea is there and they know what they want to play for. But I believe that currently at this point they're trying to do it a little, like they're not patient enough to make the play. And then in the meantime, Toby, he drops his tomb top, gets out a little bait and actually gets a kill on Puppey. That was pretty interesting too.
Ah, he's going to be very happy with that one. I mean, you see at the moment, second highest in the net worth here, Toby on the offlane Undying. Very much showing its strength, even in this matchup where a hero against a Razor. He's just not, you've not felt any sort of pressure from that whatsoever.
No, not at all. His item build actually is very cool on Undying. I think he just understands, okay, it's a type of lane, you will not beat Razor by right-clicking, so he has spent all his money on mana regen, which is not just good for him, but also for his Earthshaker. Sage Mask, Basilius, Raindrop, now Arcane Boots. Just very good build by him, completely understanding the matchup that he's playing into.
Make a go on him now. Zooms and has the ult. So there's going to be any sort of help for him. Fisher comes into play. He'll try and heal up Soul Rip. Might have a chance of bringing Chrysalis down in return. Katomi's in with the stun. Indeed, they'll be able to find the trade. Puppey is sort of trapped in it, trying to find a way out, but the zombies are building up upon him. Katomi stays on top of him as the zombies, they're killing him off. Toby gets the double kill. I mean, this top lane is turning into a bit of a mess, but a bit of a beautiful mess, I think, here for Toby, as he'll happily go down for that one.
I mean, Owen, you asked me why they play offlane Undying.
I mean, this
Here's
is
your
why,
answer.
yeah. I mean, Secret just, it seems like they don't really know how to deal with it. It's just working at a pretty deadly level. 3 kills now for Toby in this top lane. You got to be careful. You don't want to mess with this man. If you try and go for the kill, you're going to both die.
Yeah, Undying is just the type of hero where you need to truly understand whether or not you can kill him from full to zero, because if you don't, it's just a situation where you will get turned around on, right? He's gonna pop his ult, get some HP, heal himself, drop the tomb. So I feel like right now Secret are trying a little too hard to make their plays work. And now, since some of their last plays have failed, we blame them if they feel a bit of pressure right now, because Rezo is not too happy on the Nature's Prophet yet. He's going for an interesting build, which is the Vessel Rush, actually. Considering that he's playing against Chen, Morphling, and Undying, I can definitely see this one work out. So he's going to look to get involved a little bit. But if he wants to have a good timing on this Vessel, Secret need to hit these moves.
Sure. Oh yeah, already the early net worth lead starting to favor towards Entity. Got Puppey.
Dyer's middle
Pretty
tower
dead here.
under
Cold Snap. Enough of a setup for Entity to clean up another kill top lane. Aggression from Zayas and Chrysalis, but not able to find a kill out of this one. In fact, they've got to roll away. Katomi is able to get a fantastic angle. Locks off the escape of Zayas. This top lane is going to end another kill here into the hands of Toby's Undying.
Entity are moving the heroes very beautifully around the map right now. So now seeing that Pure has had a very good early game, and similar to what I said, they didn't get to pressure him with the one Nature's Prophet timing they had, and instead he is now very farmed on the Morphling, and he can protect his bottom lane for a long time. Remember back in the draft where I said that their cores are very similar? Well, they picked a third hero who's basically one more of that. They don't have too many rotations around other than the Nature's Prophet, and now that they've missed a few timings, you're not going to have Nisha run bottom and help Rezo to take this tower, so Pure's just going to live rent-free in this bottom lane and just farm everything.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely concerning if you look at what Pure's been able to get away with down here. Yeah, top net worth by a clean 1,000. You know, the CS far ahead of anyone else. Yeah, it's a complete free farm here on a Morphling. And we've seen many times kind of what consistently happens when Pure gets complete free farm. Very little team stand.